Good morning. My name is Jean Duford. I'm a member of the Coalition for Good Governance, and I'm the first vice chair of the Morgan County Democratic Committee. I'm speaking first to Rule 2. Electronic poll books are great when they work. They can process voters quickly, and they can update records in real time. But for too many voters, they have not worked. E-poll book glitches accounted for an alarming number of the 50,000 calls received by the Voter Protection Hotline. State Senator Jasmine Clark has told you in previous meetings and testified in federal court about her experience during the November 2018 runoff when she was told she was at the wrong polling place during the check-in process. As a candidate, she knew exactly where she was supposed to cast her ballot, and she stood her ground. After many minutes, tying up poll staff, and some phone calls, the issue was mysteriously resolved. Many voters are not so lucky. We propose that on Election Day, any voter who appears at the polling place listed on the voter's My Voter page and is not found in the electronic poll book will be considered an eligible voter at that location and will be allowed to cast a regular ballot in that location. We propose cross-checks, of course. We would like poll officials to be able to independently verify the My Voter page information using a county-owned, internet-connected device and verify that the voter is otherwise eligible to vote. This rule will reduce the need for provisional ballots, which are time-consuming for staff to process and create risk to the voter that their vote may not be counted. Voters are routinely instructed to determine their polling location, look at their ballots, and other things based on the My Voter page. Following such instructions should not disenfranchise them or cause them to cast a provisional ballot when election records don't match. Casting a provisional ballot is a burden on the voter that should not be caused by discrepant state records, nor should the voter be required to go from place to place to vote if they've used information on the Secretary of State's My Voter page. Rule 2 provides an inexpensive and efficient means of protecting voters and election integrity, reducing staff work, and preventing disenfranchisement of voters. We hope you consider it.
Proposed rule number 2, permitting voting in the My Voter page, published Precinct. So the My Voter page website and the data that's loaded into the poll pads both come from the same place. So there should not be a discrepancy in those two places. Frankly, if there is, I would have more trust in the data that's loaded on the poll pad that comes straight from the voter registration system. I don't think that's something we need to do in terms of adding a new thing for poll workers to check on Election Day. Rule number 2 is the permitting voting in My Voter page, published Precinct.
Any discussion, or do I have a motion?
Move that the board reject proposed Rule 2.
Do we have a second?
I second that.
Any discussion?
I'm going to vote against this rule because I do think there really is no discrepancy between My Voter page and the poll book, and if there is a discrepancy, that the poll book is should be the default option. So
I would add, in addition to that, that there are procedures in place to deal with that through the provisional ballot rules that this committee, this board has already adopted.
Any further discussions? Hearing none. All those in favor of denying proposed rule number 2 signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Rule 2 is denied.